Welcome back, one and all. The current time is 2:22 p.m. on this Monday, January 13th, 2025. And I thought that, well, I'm kind of on a roll today, so let's go ahead and go to the vault. And no, we are not really going to the financial vault, even though you see some currency here. Actually, it is my vault of past props. And I'll forgive some of the whatever there. And I want to bring this to the surface once again. This coin. And if you have been a viewer of this channel, you might recognize this coin. Boy, it's an awful lot of glare on that, isn't it? Okay, I guess that's a little bit better. So, you might recall seeing this coin here, as I had made a couple of videos around New Year's Day 2022, which that is the date stamped on this coin. And the reason why I have this other American currency here is just so I could make a comparison of size. This coin, in comparison, it is more to the size of our dime. It is a foreign coin, and which this coin, once again, I had shown 3 years ago. During the beginning of the year of 2022, and in fact, this coin was actually created back in 1964/65. It is 60 years old. Okay, it is under a different calendar system, and it holds a lot of significance for me. A lot of it is sentimental in value. Because, well, first and foremost, the coin itself is now 60 years old. I have had it in my possession for 40 years. My dad gave it to me back when I was a kid, and he had fashioned it into a ring, okay, in which there is still solder on the back of this coin from when it once was a homemade ring. And I have held on to it for 40 years, okay? And so, well, I had waited for that year 2022 to come about just so I could use this coin, which in fact states 2022 because of, of the age of it, because it had actually been minted or created, whatever you want to state, in the mid 60s. And, the sentimental value, of course, because, my dad gave it to me in the format of a ring to be worn on the finger, and which I did so for quite some time. Of course, as you age, you get a little bigger. My fingers got a little bigger. Could never wear it after that. And at one point, I decided, okay, well, let's try to bring it back to its original state, but it still has a lot of the solder on it. But it still came into use because, like I said, I held on to it specifically to be able to use. What did I do? Turn it upside down again? No. To be used in celebration of that year. But now, 3 years later, it holds even more relevance pertaining to spirituality. Because it was in 2022 that I actually really started having this spiritual awakening that many, many others out there started to have around that time period. if not before or after, whatever the case might be per individual. Um, but that's, when things really started to add up. They really started to connect. A lot of uh, self actualization, self realization of my past life and everything that, my knowledge and, you know, everything that I've learned over the years and how it all culminated into all of a sudden, wham, hey, now I'm understanding this, that, and the other thing. And started to see things in a different sense of reality, um, and to be able to discern between certain measures of deception and corruption through domination and control that I speak on a lot. And not only that, but with the spiritual awakening of what reality really consists of beyond the menagerie of confusion that down here on ground level, in the physical world, and the stupidity and nonsense within politics and entertainment, and the this corporate slavery of persons, and all the different systems out there, you know but it goes beyond all that because it's understanding universal laws, and um, being able to understand things such as quantum physics and mechanics without ever going down that scientific road. Just being able to understand karma, the realities of that, and for Murphy's law, and every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, and what comes around goes around, and the time loop scenario, reincarnation, all of that good stuff. And I really started becoming awakened to so much, and so much information started coming to me, and has been ever since. And so this coin actually symbolizes and represents that awakening period for me. And it's understandable why it's been in my possession for all these years, and why it was bestowed upon me. It was meant. It was meant for this video. It was meant for those previous videos back in 2022 when I posted those. One being a video short, and one being just a regular vlog recording, if you will. But now it also symbolizes something else, because now we have hit the year 2025, and I fear that that awakening process, the spiritual awakening process, has started to dim and fade, but yet the awakening phase of this age right now is still ongoing, but it's not going to be that of spirituality. Now, it will still come upon those that it's supposed to, but now we are going to go into the great awakening of mentality, to where people are going to, mentally wake up to the deceptions and the corruption through the domination and control of such things such as history and just religion, so much, and they're not going to be able to handle it. When you're awakened spiritually, it's very overwhelming, but you can cope more with that mental awakening. And this is the process that's going to happen now, as people are starting to have this mental awakening, and they're going to realize, man, we have been duped. And you also have to figure in that because we have been in such an age of technology for quite a long time now. You have to start going down the rabbit holes of research into such things as MK Ultra and other mind control programs out there, as well as the instruments and devices that have been used for mind manipulation and control. Okay? So if you're one like me that has pondered the thoughts of how has these couple of past elections, seriously, has America been so perfectly divided that we have two candidates that are running neck and neck, but yet everybody, what was everybody blind about Biden and still voted for him? What? No, they were blinded by technology because there is so much control issues that people are not aware of. Those that have been spiritually awakened understand all of this, and they cope with it very good because they understand what our reality really is. Okay? And like I said, it is not this physical 3D plane of existence. It's far beyond that. But now people are going to go into this mental awakening, and it's going to bug the heck out of them. Now you wanna see civil unrest? Oh yeah, everybody keeps relying on the government to come out with disclosures over this, that, and the other thing. Well, I'm coming out with disclosures of my own here, people. You're going to see a lot of people very distraught that will not be able to handle a lot of the disclosures and exposures that will be forthcoming. And these are the people that, they're going to feel guilty because they were duped. Oh, I voted for the wrong guy, or I had a firm belief in backing up this narrative. I went out and I protested. I did my, yeah, yeah. It's people that is going to realize, man, I really screwed up. And when they come to this understanding, you know how people that when they have a guilt trip, how they react and their outbursts, and because they got caught up in something that they should have known not to get caught up in. Well, imagine half of a country all of a sudden realizing, wow, what the heck was I thinking? Yeah. Well, that's what I am seeing. That's going to happen. And this coin is, for me, very symbolic of things past, present, and future. And it will still be of high sentimental value now because of what I've just explained. So, there's, I guess, probably my last thought of the day, my last little, well, I guess you can even call this an observation of sorts. But this coin is very special on many levels and for many reasons. And I'm very glad to have shared this all with you. Thank you for watching. Have a great one. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. And we'll see you once again back here on this flip side.